Every month, the average household spends thousands of dollars on survival basics: groceries, insurance, utilities, gas. Most people view this sown money as gone forever. We pay the bills, the balance drops, and the cycle repeats. Strategist Brian Kelly of True Choice Insurance developed a framework to capture that value. It treats mandatory expenses as the seed for a rewards harvest. This system relies on a strict biblical warning. Proverbs 22:7 states, "A rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender." When you rely on credit as a financial lifeline to buy things you cannot afford, you surrender your freedom to the bank. The credit card industry builds systems specifically to trap consumers in a cycle of interest. A disciplined steward flips that math. By treating the card strictly as a pass-through tool, you can extract massive travel value from the bank without ever paying a single fee. To make this system mathematically safe, you must adopt the zero balance mandate. You pay the credit card statement in full every single month. The moment you pay $1 in interest, the credit card company wins, and your stewardship is compromised. This means operating your credit card as a pass-through system. You only swipe the plastic if the exact cash equivalent of that purchase is already sitting securely in your checking account. We call this the pre-allocated spend rule. Credit is never used to extend your purchasing power or buy things you cannot afford today. If the money for your grocery bill isn't in the bank right now, that purchase does not go on the card. This strategy requires absolute self-control. If you find yourself unable to pay the balance in full for any reason, the tool has become a trap. You must return to a cash or debit system immediately until you have regained financial discipline. Opening retail credit cards at the checkout counter for a small discount fragmentizes your rewards and creates a long-term points deficit. Store cards trap you in a system of fragmented points. These rewards are designed to bring you back to spend more at that specific store, rather than providing the financial flexibility to fund your family's travel. A one-bucket ecosystem centralizes household spend into a single network. American Express cards route points into one central pool. Apply this same logic to a Chase trifecta. 3 cards from one bank ensure all points filter into one ultimate rewards account. Consolidating your harvest into a single ecosystem is the only way to accumulate enough points for high-value redemptions, like international flights. A power couple divides and conquers their expenses by mapping specific cards to the categories that offer the highest point multipliers. This ledger shows the math. Putting $800 of grocery spend on a card with a 4 times multiplier yields 3,200 points monthly. You can even capture points on rent. A specialized card waives the transaction fee, generating points for every rent dollar spent. You can stack additional multipliers on top of these Stace points by using a cashback portal like Rakuten. This layers a second rewards harvest onto the money you were already spending. Over the course of a year, a household can generate 68,000 points just by rerouting their existing budget for groceries, dining, and bills. Mastering these daily multipliers captures value from unavoidable living expenses, building a debt-free travel fund from money already earmarked for survival. The fastest way to grow your bucket is through a sign-up bonus, or SUB. These are massive point rewards banks give you for spending a specific amount of money within your first few months of holding a new card. Sign-up bonuses are lucrative, but they are only safe if you practice the steward's timing. You never apply for a new card unless you have a massive, unavoidable, planned harvest expense, like annual insurance premiums or a necessary home repair coming up on the calendar. Some stewards use B2B apps like Melio to pay taxes or contractors with a credit card. They willingly pay a 2.9% processing fee because the massive sign-up bonus payout far outweighs the cash cost of that fee. Strategically timing these bonuses can yield hundreds of thousands of points in a single quarter without forcing you to spend more than your household budget allows. 6 months later, the discipline pays off. Those accumulated points translate into high-value rewards, like securing a Southwest Companion Pass or booking business class flights to Europe for your anniversary. This is Proverbs 21:5 in action. The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. Calculated, patient planning leads directly to these results. Before you open your next card, review your last 3 months of spending. Then, read the steward's financial agreement. Formally commit to the zero balance rule, the pre-allocated spend, and the pillars of discipline required to manage this safely. By treating credit strictly as a disciplined pass-through tool, you reclaim your resources from the banks. This frees up your actual cash to fund your family's memories, your future legacy, and your kingdom giving.